I have this thing. I don't trust celebrity relationships. Like, I don't believe in them.
It's all fake?
Yeah.
What happens when you become a celebrity?
Real relationships.
What happens when you become a celebrity? You're not going to trust your own relationship?
When?
Yeah, when?
You mean he's not already?
When I become a celebrity, obviously I'm going to trust my own relationship. But I always had this thing that I'm not going to date somebody else as a celebrity.
I think that you got to throw it out the window. The way you're shooting, I would say you're more likely to date a celebrity than not.
They said Bria Mac.
Yeah. Yeah, the shots you're taking, that's one step over half. Just
There was one podcast we recorded where Adriel's phone was just ding, ding, ding,
Stop
ding,
this.
ding.
Stop this.
Straight DMs, man. Crazy,
Stop
crazy.
this.
I went to Soul Series. Actually, it was 3, 4, and 5. And I never seen this many women in my life be around Adriel's presence. That shit was crazy.
Wow.
Not 1 and 2, but 3, 4, and 5, it was nuts.
You two really amp each other up.
I'm telling the
True
truth.
friendship right
One,
there.
yeah, one of us telling the truth. One of us is gassing it.
2 truths and a lie.
A lie?
Crazy.
That's funny.
Have you been getting holiday texts?
Nah. See, here's the thing. I don't mind spinning the block because I spun the block several times. But sometimes I'll spin the block just to see. I don't even want to, we don't even need to link. I might just refollow you just to be like, you know, it's like that dude who said, it's not how you look. It's how
the
you
way
act. I'm like, you still look good. I'm gonna follow you, but I don't.
So you're spinning the block for like friendship?
Not even friendship, fam.
Just to see what's
Just testing
popping?
the waters.
No, it's me. I know what it is. But
Are you spinning the block? Do you spin the block?
I try not to.
Oh shit!
The pause on that.
That pause was crazy.
That was regrettable. Like you spin the block, but you hate yourself.
She's like, "Oh, there's a digital footprint."
Nah,
Fuck.
I know those ones. It's like when you spin the block, and every time that person leaves your crib, they leave their crib. You're by the elevator, you're like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Nah, man. The walk
That's
back.
the block spin you're doing.
Yeah.
I feel like my block, it doesn't really happen at holiday time. Like it happens throughout the year and then it lasts longer than it ever should for like a period of time. And then you're like, what are you doing? And then you stop for a while. And then someone like, they send a text like something reminded them of you, or isn't it your mom's birthday or something to get back in.
Oh, that one's
and then,
crazy. Bringing up the mom is
Yeah, I don't do that. Mine's a straight block spin. Mine's a straight like, what to do, cuz like, none of this. I thought of you, like, nah. But that happens to me more. Like when Troy said she had a dream about me.
Yeah.
I see you did not have a dream about me. Like, stop this.
But it's always like when they say they have a dream about you, it's like, well, what was in the dream? And it's like, well, we were here doing this, or I woke up beside you, or we were on vacation, because they're trying to make you envision what.
That is corny as fuck.
No, but you're missing it. It works. I'm doing it because it works.
True.
It's mad corny, but it works.
True.
I feel like it works on men. If a guy ever came to me and said, I had a dream about you, I'd be like, please don't. Just don't.
If a girl said she had a dream about me, I'll think that's a little creepy. I think that's invasive. Get me out of your dream.
A lie?
I'm not feeling that.
I didn't consent to that.
No, I span the block. Span the block. Is that? Can I
Spun
say
the block.
That? Can I say I
You could say
span like it's
span.
past tense?
True. Spun.
the block was spinning. I did it one time. Like after my last breakup, there was like one person that everybody can be honest. When you're coming out of a relationship, you have one person in mind that you look back on.
Top of the list.
Yeah. I had one person that was the top of the list. Tried to spin the block. Wasn't happening. She was done with me. She was done with me. She's like, nah, I know you're in a relationship last couple of years. Don't hit me now. And I'm like,
Some people, they get offended by that. Like,
No,
if
100%.
they're the first block spin out the relationship,
yo.
they're kind of like, oh, so you think it's like that? And I'm like, I do think it's like that. I turned you into a skewer. Obviously, I'm going to spin the block.
Wow.
Wow, skewer.
This guy, chicken Slovakia.
Yo,
crazy.
kebabs, everything.
Kebabs
I'm
everywhere.
like, yeah, we got to ask up Mario when he comes on.
Wait, you didn't answer the question, Pam.
That's a yes.
What?
No, you
Did I
said-
spin the block? Have I spun the block? Am I spinning the block?
No, has someone tried to spin the block on you? You answered that. Or
Oh,
have you
yeah.
spun the block yourself? Have you reminisced and said, yo,
Oh, let me pay for my parking.
I mean, yeah.
you better pay?
A lie.
I've reminisced. I may have sent a text or two, but I don't let it simmer in a pot. I just do it and then I'm like, all right, you know what? That was a bad idea.
And you throw your phone.
Yeah.
My brother told me he's too good to spin the block, and he goes, if I spin the block, that means I was thinking about you. I think about nobody. I'm like, that's obviously a lie. Like,
but people always try to claim that though. Oh, I don't think about anybody. That's a lie. There is always someone you think
and
about.
I'm like, how does that make you so tough that you're not thinking about someone? That doesn't make you tough. Like, having a memory is...
That's
crazy.
life. Part of life.
You know, it's part of being human. Oh, you're so tough, you're not human. Like...
Which brother is this? Is this the second one? Or the
Andrew.
third one? Okay.
Daniel's evolved.
He's evolved?
Yeah. I say to everyone, I'm like, technically Andrew is the youngest brother. Like, that's how it's like treated in the crib. Like,
Yeah.
like Andrew is the baby bro.
Yeah, your youngest bro has a sense of poise and maturity.
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, you guys were raised right, man. Happy about that, man.
I like to hear it.
Shout outs to Mr. and Mrs. Smiley, man.
Yeah, shout out to the two goats.
3 strong kids, 3 cars in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Never had to struggle.
Like I said, never had to struggle.
And never seen Adriel with a wrinkle yet.
Yet.
Crazy.
I'm young, fam. I'm young and black. Like,
Oh. So
And
this is here to
moisturized.
stay.
yeah, I'm not one of these white women who wrinkle at 27. Like, it's not.
Crazy.
Somebody sent me a video yesterday. Black women complaining that their boyfriend took them to a cheesecake factory. He took you to the cheesecake factory and you got a problem with going to the cheesecake factory. Really? Really? Because y'all should have went to a black restaurant, but I understand. They not everywhere. You should have went to a black restaurant, but I understand. They not everywhere. You should have went to a black restaurant, but I understand they not everywhere. But you complaining that a brother took you to Cheesecake Factory? He could have pulled up at McDonald's. He could have pulled up at the Chinese Stop and Go and got you a small rice and gravy with 3 fries. Shrimp fried rat or shrimp fried cat or shrimp fried skunk or shrimp fried rabbit. He could have got you some shrimp fried dog at the Stop and Go. He could have took you there and got you a shrimp fried wolf. That's what he could have done. But he took you to Cheesecake Factory and you said that's not good enough for you.
Shrimp fried wolf.
Great way to start the pod. Great way to start the pod. Episode 45.
Episode 45.
You said you had a special edition for this episode. Who's going to be dedicated to?
Yeah. So, as you guys know, recently we've been correlating the episodes with jerseys. Could be any sport. You like baseball, we'll pick a baseball player. You know what I'm saying? You like basketball, we'll do that. Football, we'll do that. Episode 45. I got someone special in mind. I'm pretty sure the listeners know who I'm talking about. They've had 2 weeks to guess.
Okay.
Right?
More than 2
But
weeks.
I'm going to give you guys a chance really quickly. Who do you think would be number 45?
My best guess is Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. Okay.
Is he 45? Yeah.
He
Yes,
is,
he
yeah.
is.
That's my best guess. Who
And
do you got?
That was actually going to be my guess, but I also know that there was a time when Michael Jordan came out of retirement and
the
he wore
45.
45.
Yeah, man, drop the sound effects right now, man.
Okay.
I picked Michael Jordan. And that's the reason why we brought my friend here today, because she knows a little bit about sports.
A wee bit.
You know what? I respect the Donovan Mitchell because maybe your mind was thinking currently.
And also, I feel like, not to get a little spooky season is done, but I feel like that's a bad omen. That's not the good Michael. So we're choosing the 4-5 Michael. That's a little bit, you know.
Mike is Mike, baby.
All right, Mike is Mike. We'll go with that.
But shout out to Donovan Mitchell, 71 points in a game. I think that was like 5th all time?
Yeah.
Something like that,
it's up
tied
there.
for 5th or some shit like that.
Yeah, him and Dame, crazy.
Big ups. But yes, we are here. We are live. We are recording. It's the Mayor's Office Podcast, episode 45 for the people.
Come on, let's get the air horns out. There we go.
And let me tell y'all something. I'm really excited to be here. This is our last episode, official overall episode of the year. We do have a little extra thing that's going to be coming out like around Christmas. But officially, when we're coming with the numbers, this is the last number for 2024.
23. 2023.
Sorry, 20. When we're coming with the numbers, this is the last number for 2023. You're absolutely right. I'm getting ahead of myself.
There we go.
Getting ahead of myself. And this is the last official episode that we're going to be doing in this studio. So you guys look around, reminisce,
Yeah.
get a feel, get a vibe.
Soak it up.
There you go. But I'm your host, Ralph, a.k.a. The Mayor, and I don't do this by myself. There's other hosts here in the building. the one that runs 1990 Studio. Talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Last episode of the year. Thanks for the sound effects, Adriel.
Not a real gun, I promise.
No, never that. Yo, big ups. Last one of the year. Last mayor's office in this location. You know, we're moving on up. Bigger and better things, hopefully. Yeah, it's your boy, Stacks, Chris, 1990 Studios. And should be a good one.
Man, shout outs to Stacks Edwards, man. Always coming through consistent with the recordings, consistent with the audio, consistent with the video. Before I met him, there was somebody that was just as consistent. Somebody that was just an elite individual. Somebody that was just a key piece in my personal story, my development as a man. One of my longtime brethrens. Talk to him, Mr. Smiley.
Adriel Smiley, AdrielSmiley.com, Adriel Smiley Official, a.k.a. The Godfather. I want to give a shout out to everyone dripped out today before we even get to our special guest. Special guest with the drip behind the scenes. Ralph with the fresh new kicks.
Come on, stop playing.
Fresh fit. Not fresh and fit, but fresh fit. Chris, always with the drip. So
Talk to him.
I didn't get the memo. Y'all left me off that email chain. I'm not in that group chat for the drip, but I wanted to shout out y'all because y'all did your thing for sure.
We tried to balance it out because usually we do a social media ranking, right?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. Now we're going to do an outfit ranking per episode. You feel me? Plus the social media ranking. You were dominating the outfit ranking for so long. So I'm glad that you did me and Chris a favor by coming dressed down today.
Thank you.
I tried.
We appreciate you, Mr. 3-Car Garage.
Wow.
Let's hear from our special guest.
Drag me right into this.
Yes.
But yes. So we here at the Mayor's Office podcast, we listen to the feedback. This is something that's been on our mind a long time, something that's consistently chatted about. We love the content you guys are bringing. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for watching us. We appreciate that feedback. But one additional thing you guys always mention is when can we get a woman on the podcast? So you know what I said? I know a lot of women. But do I know women that can fit?
Understatement.
That's the clip.
Moving on. I know a lot of women, but do you... This guy's ruining my flow, man.
Yeah, man, he's
That
shooting
shit's
with us.
hilarious.
Sorry.
Now you're killing me, man.
You know everyone in the GTA. Continue.
I know a lot of women,
Yep.
but do I know a lot of women that can specifically, seamlessly transition and flow into this podcast? That's a totally different question.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, you know what? I know one.
Okay.
One happened to reach out to me, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. And, you know, after a little bit of back and forth, scheduling, et cetera, we have her now on the podcast as one of my friends here. Talk to him.
Hi, guys. I don't have any fancy nicknames like you guys have. I think that's like a guy thing. My name has never been Stacks or the Mayor or
You
anything that creative, to be honest.
You didn't have MSN and you didn't go by like
Honestly,
little
my-
Princess Baby, something like that.
I know you have
Absolutely not.
your Hotmail account is probably crazy.
My Hotmail account, honestly, it was Pam with 2 M's and 02 for my birthday. I kept it very simple.
Boring.
That was even my Instagram name until like 2 years ago.
BBM?
So
What about BBM?
BBM, was there creative names on BBM?
People were going by
Oh, crazy. BBM.
Glocks or whatever.
Yeah.
I think, again,
SK.
that must have been a guy thing.
SK.
I think I was just going by the same name. I kept it consistent across the board, but I just go by Pam.
So maybe that would be our thing. But end this episode, we'll try and get you an AKA.
Okay,
Yeah.
you guys work on it.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
faith. I have faith in your creativity.
Ralph, you got any early suggestions that we could workshop while we, work through this?
I'm working on it. Give me a little bit of time. Yeah,
okay.
give me a little time.
Again, you know so many women, so I think you have such a catalog of nicknames to go through.
Hey man, before the recording, I was telling them about Soul Series 5, man.
You were, that is true. You were telling them about Soul Series 5.
Yeah, you're the original Freak Nasty before
Oh wow!
Anthony Jade, yo.
Yo, original Freak Nasty is crazy.
That's a wild nickname.
This pod is just getting people in trouble left, right, and center because we did that to DJ Freak Nasty.
Yes.
I've been time coded. You've been time coded.
Dario, Omari.
Chris is the only one that's been safe. Pam, if we could somehow get you in some hot water, we're gonna do it. So clearly
That's
that's
dangerous.
Has your wife watched the pod yet?
She doesn't know it exists.
Oh, okay.
For
We got
her
something
safety.
on him. We got something on him.
For safety.
Chris has been lying to you.
What have you been doing all this time?
No, but Chris is safe. He's had a couple of times where it's a little slow to answer.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a pregnant pause, but
Yeah.
most of the time he's been good.
I do have
Yeah.
a blackmail clip for Chris.
That's fine. That's fine. She's tapped in, but also I wouldn't be worried about anything I said. I think I've been pretty safe.
You've been pretty calm.
You know what? I challenge you guys to try to.
Buddy, when the real money comes
Buddy,
in.
buddy, when you can afford a different spot, when you go somewhere else.
No, I'm saying when the real money comes in, you get real comfortable. Yeah. We're gonna see
damn
the
it.
real Chris, man.
So how much you want on this next contract, Chris? I don't know if you want that much.
No, man.
You want this clip to come in?
Yeah, I think Chris should be safe for now. We don't want to get anyone in anything. Chris is the one who's the most established in his relationship. You know what I mean?
Easily.
So I think maybe next year, if we get into long-term relationships, maybe we'll pod differently. Because we remember when you became single, you said it's sort of good at the pod. And I was wishing for you to
I did
stay
say
single.
that. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I prayed to all the gods that you stayed single.
All the
You know what's crazy? The pod has been on a steady growth since I became single.
I wonder why all of those women that he knows, all of the listeners, all of the viewers.
These are all friends.
That's what everyone calls them now. Everyone's
All
friends.
You
Yeah,
guys are gonna get me in
Everyone's
trouble.
friends.
You guys are gonna get me in trouble.
He's a friendly guy.
Nah, please. Okay, let's keep it moving.
You are the mayor.
These are
That's
all
the name for a reason.
All jokes. All jokes.
Content.
All jokes.
It's all for content.
All jokes.
It's all content.
All jokes.
Ralph has no friends who are women.
Yeah,
No
I actually don't have like many casual like.
So these women that you know, how do you know them?
What's next on the thing? What's next on the
Next
list?
subject, please.
I like that. Let's stay with Chris. This is the last time in the studio for the mayor's office. We're moving on to bigger and better things. Are you gonna get some kind of Christmas break? Is that gonna happen for you? Like, when are you finally off?
I don't know if I'll fully be. I'll be off like probably 24th by like afternoon,
Damn.
and then 25th I'll be off. 26th like I'll be off. Like I'll be like at home, and then I'll probably be back down 27 because I gotta go switch the studios up, get a bunch of stuff like prep for the space, and just make sure everything's dialed in. Also, I was gonna actually push it out a little bit, and I didn't set my calendar properly, so I had a couple clients book like first week of January, and instead of just going to them and being like, hey. I'm just going to be like, you know what? I'm going to figure it out, put this little pressure on myself to like get the new studio set up by the 4th of January. So from the 18th to the 4th, I'm like double duty, you know, record by day, paint by night.
For all the people who are recording on the 24th, prayers to them.
Oh, no one's recording. That'll just be like me hopefully going into this, like doing whatever I got to do. Like I'll probably come down kind of thing. But
Transition.
If you're recording on
Transition.
Christmas Eve, like get
That's
something
what
else
I'm
to do,
saying.
bro.
Like,
Your content can't be that great.
No.
You're recording on Christmas
Nothing
Eve.
is that serious to be a Christmas Eve
No,
podcast.
I had last year. I don't know if it was Christmas or New Year's, but I got a couple calls like day of, like, "Oh, can I like come in and record like right now?" I'm like, "No, it's not happening."
that is wild.
Basically, I'm saying you'd be surprised. Like some people like have no, maybe they don't, or maybe they're not celebrating, right? Maybe it's just
True.
True.
right. You got to think about that too,
True,
Okay.
and they probably don't know as many women as Ralph, so they probably don't have anything to do.
right?
They don't have to have Christmas
what? I
Eve,
meant to
Christmas
say
Day, Boxing
no
Day
of.
plans.
Yeah.
No
No
a little
of.
too late.
Ralph's
the
got
narrative's
like-
already gone.
yeah,
The
yeah,
narrative's
almost
already
gone.
gone. So you're counting down the days, is what you're saying.
Yeah, man, count down the days. Would be nice to. It'd be nice to get out of this place, man. Just like you know, set up the new home. You know, I like to get in, just like spend some time in there, and just like, cause you're gonna end up moving shit around a bunch of times.
Yeah. Figure out which way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pam, what about you? You counting down the days till you're off work?
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually off work as of next week, going on vacation. Gotta get out of the winter.
Where are you going?
I'm not meant to live in this country. I'm going to Bonaire in the Caribbean. Never been there before. I like to go to new places whenever I can. Taking my dad for his birthday, like the good daughter I am.
Of course.
And then after that, honestly, I'm not going back into the office because it's December. I'm coming back on the 20th, and nothing happens between the 20th and January 2nd.
Corporate
so.
wise, definitely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely not.
Everyone's brain kind of turned. You know what it is? It's like almost post Christmas party because you had yours, I think, like last week.
Yeah.
And it's like after the Christmas party, everything goes down a little
Exactly.
bit. It's like we're technically still at work, but
Yeah.
you know, this hangover is lasting.
I took the first 2 weeks off of December.
Mm-hmm.
And then we already know how the last 2 weeks are in corporate.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first 2 weeks, I had like PTO that I couldn't carry over.
Yeah. Okay.
So actually, it wasn't PTO, it was personal days that I couldn't carry over. So I just
use it all.
Yeah, I just used it all. So I'm free December.
Also, you're not even counting on the days. You're there already.
I'm chilling, man. This is Hennessy in my cup.
No, he's here now.
Yeah, because I feel like once December starts, everyone's not even thinking about work. Like you're trying to get your Christmas gifts together,
For sure.
your Hanukkah
My
gifts.
Christmas shopping is done. I am on top of things this year. I said, I'm going out of the country. I'm not dealing with the crowds. I'm not doing any of it. I did most of it online Black Friday.
Smart.
Got it done.
I cannot say the same.
Yeah.
Can't say the same. I said I would be early, and I want to give a little blame to my brothers because we wanted to do a joint gift, and they just
For the parents?
yeah.
And they bailed on you?
Not they bail, but you know, in the group chat when some people don't answer and you're waiting for a response,
Yeah.
it's like,
And
you
you're just
know,
sitting on red
and by
waiting.
the time that response came, whatever we were gonna get, this went up from $130 to $240. I said, we getting a whole different gift now.
Yeah.
Like that's out of it. So
How many gifts do you have to get usually?
usually I just get for the family. I don't get unless you're like my like true blue girlfriend, you're not getting a gift. And then if I do like some friends miss and we have like a, you know, Secret Santa, I'll do that. So I got a couple of Secret Santas, but that's it. A couple Secret Santas and then just the immediate family.
What's the lower level to a true blue girlfriend? Is there like another one that gets something like flowers?
I've given people flowers, like, you know,
For Christmas?
Oh no. Just like if it's your birthday
Oh,
and we're
okay.
really cool,
But Christmas
you know.
doesn't-
But Christmas is like, I don't want to send the wrong message. Some people are into that. I'm not. That's not me. Like my brother got a gift for this girl that he barely knows, and I said,
Nah,
"Look at
I'm not.
truth."
That's not me.
He's
That's
asking for
not me.
trouble.
Nah,
Yeah, no. What about you? How much gifts you got to get?
Just 2. Just one for my nephew and then
Okay.
one for my mom. That's it.
Okay, that's calm. Yeah. That's easy.
Yeah.
Is it easy for you to shop for your mom? Because shopping for my mom is the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's kind of tough sometimes because sometimes she wants something practical, and then when I get something practical, then she wants something like more materialistic. So I'm like, I can't keep up, man.
Yeah, we need like some kind of TikTok for like what to get an older Jamaican woman, because I feel like I'm being dead ass. Like that's not an easy task.
They don't like experiences, like a spa day or
Nah,
No?
not really. Not really.
They say that, but they ain't using it.
If I do that, then I have to get the spa day with like one of her friends, and I'm not doing that.
Yeah. You got to coordinate even more.
I'll buy your friend a gift.
Yeah.
What I've done in the past is get my mom bags, like purses.
Okay.
I have good taste, so usually I'm just like, okay, let me just get her one of
This
these.
guy has money.
No,
I'm got bag money.
I'm not saying where I'm
Bag
getting the bags
money.
from. No, these is not designer.
Okay.
This is not designer. This is Delicio. This is not designer. But I have good taste, so I feel like even if it's not an expensive bag, it will still be fly, and it could be like, okay, this is like something to add.
I knew I seen some Birkins when I went to your crib last time.
Like I said, some Birkins.
I knew I seen
I'm not a
it.
trick. I'm not a trick.
It's for moms. It's for moms.
I guess that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Don't kill me. Thinking about like how the year's ending now, one thing I always think about is people have like their favorite seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are like, oh, I'm a fall person. I'm a summer person. I don't even really believe in that because in Canada, like we just get what we get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we get 6 days of spring. It goes right into summer. Like,
hella hot summer.
you know,
then,
but are y'all like that at all? Do y'all have like a favorite season or something? Now that we're at the end of the year, you're like, hey, I'm a fall person or I'm a summer person. No?
I'll go last.
Let's hear it.
me?
Yeah.
I hate winter. I would say I love summer because that's the time of year where I actually leave my house.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the spring, even though maybe it's 6 or 7 days, but leading into that when you can just put your hoodie on and go outside and you're escaping. Like, you know how it's a weird switchover because like in
Mm-hmm.
fall, you're coming from summer and you, as soon as it's cold, you whip out your parka.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's spring and it's the same temperature as it is in fall,
Yeah.
you're immediately switching to hoodie because you're like, I'm going out in my hoodie. I'm wearing my nice sneakers. I'm leaving the house like this.
I miss the spring for that reason because when you could just wear a hoodie, that's like the perfect weather. It's not even rainy yet. It's a little bit of a breeze.
Yeah.
But you can go hoodie jeans.
You're good.
Calm.
Exactly.
That's done for now. You're going straight from the North Face to the tank top.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. What about you, Chris? You got like a favorite season, time of year?
Nah, not really anymore, man. Like I say, I used to, but like I like winter. I do actually like winter now.
Wow.
I used to snowboard a lot too as a kid, or like in my teen years. So like
the white guy likes winter.
yeah, go
Winter
figure.
activity
Eh?
kind of guy.
Pardon?
Who'da
You're a
thunk
winter
it?
activity kind of
I'm a
guy.
winter. See, that's the thing. If you have winter activities, you can learn to appreciate winter. If you don't have any winter activities, why are you gonna like winter?
Winter activities
You
are
I
know?
do have
fun.
winter activities.
What's your winter activity?
Stay in my blood clot yard.
Hey man,
Is that what you consider an activity, or what are you doing in that yard?
yeah.
I'm listening to jazz. I'm drinking tea and I'm playing video games.
So you're saying you like winter too? Then
Nah.
you just said that.
No, you know what? He might be on to
You got an
something.
activity.
Oh, yeah, because you don't stay in the crib like that in the summertime. But
What?
you,
Yes, I do.
you
push the narrative that I'm on.
you were the fat man.
What are you?
No, don't do it. Don't call me the fat
Southside
man.
Ralph.
Nah. Okay, out of the four of us, you want to know who was outside the most this summer? This one. She was.
Me?
Yeah.
But that's the only season I go outside.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
she claimed that
but we-
already.
I
As
go
long-
outside
okay.
in summer because I say to myself, I'm not meeting anyone any other time of year because I'm not going outside where I have to coat check. I don't want to go to a club. I don't really want to go to a bar. I'll go out to eat. You'll catch me outside eating because I love food. But in summertime, it's the only time I'm leaving my house because it's nice out and
Yeah.
because other people I like are outside. Otherwise,
That's fair.
People that like are
That's it.
outside. Okay.
Pam was outside this summer for sure.
I made a purpose of being outside though.
Nah, I
so.
respect that.
So let's hear your special answer now.
Oh, my special answer is not
Yeah.
that special. So if I'm single currently, I like the spring because I just like that new energy, like the snow's fading away. People are starting to like wear less, go out more. So I like that vibe. Like the energy's starting to pick up socially.
Okay, Drake. All right. That's it?
And then yeah, in a relationship, I like the fall because I just like that cozy wear. I like getting the tracksuits
Big-
and
Big cinnamon spice guy.
yeah, there you go.
Big
Yeah,
cinnamon
I can see-
spice.
Pumpkin spice?
Pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin
Close,
spice.
close.
That might be a
Close.
new flavor.
That's probably better than pumpkin spice, if we're being honest.
It might be.
Yeah.
Low key, my favorite hot drink is the McDonald's hot chocolate. That's my favorite shit still. I don't like
McDonald's hot
McDonald's.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Isn't it watery?
nah.
Oh.
Not to me.
I mean,
I
their
was gonna-
coffee.
I'm not a hot chocolate connoisseur, but that's
I was
my
gonna
shit.
say, I feel like it's watery.
I would think so. Like
I feel
you
like it's
need
not
the
real
steamed
chocolate.
milk to
I don't
make
come
it a
from
good
money
hot
like you
chocolate.
guys, so this is like elite for me. Is this and Milo?
Yeah.
I'm screaming.
You could tell
I'm thinking
Adrian.
Milo over hot chocolate for sure.
He's more of a hot cocoa guy. The fancy stuff.
Come on,
I
man.
said hot cocoa. Like that's a big difference. That's so funny. Yeah, I don't have a favorite season. I'm not one of those people who's like, ooh, fall, ooh, like when's winter? I just try and stay warm. I'll say this: when winter comes, fashion goes out the window. Fashion goes out the window for the most part for me. I'm usually don't care about fashion any time of the year, but winter especially, I'm like, let's
Just warmth.
It's being cold is not cute.
Yeah, you gotta be
Yeah.
comfortable and warm.
So it's like that's just how it is for me. Like,
I have a Whole Foods that's connected to my condo and shit. So I don't want to go outside to get groceries when it's like brick outside. So this Whole Foods, they got a fucking they got chill.
Speaking of bougie, you
Yeah,
shop at Whole Foods?
I don't want to go outside.
I don't buy as much when I go to a Whole Foods as compared to if I'm going to like
Yeah,
a
you
food
can't,
business.
you
I can't.
can't.
Like, it's gonna like
Gotta make your dollar go further.
TD's gonna think it's fraud. So yeah, I buy like the bare minimums. But if I do go to Whole Foods just to get what I need to get, if it's brick, there's a security guy at the Whole Foods, and I be coming in like some grimy wear sometimes in the
screaming.
winter. So he's preying me like I'm trying to rob the place.
I'm dead.
But if I'm a homeless man or a thief or whatever, I'm not going to Whole Foods.
no
to steal.
way, no way.
That's the last place I'm going. But yeah, he'll follow me around the produce a little bit. Then he'll realize I'm actually buying shit, and then he'll leave me alone.
Whole Foods, Farm Boy, those are they're good grocery stores, but they're the worst because groceries are already expensive.
100%.
You go in there, you spend $100, and all you got was a napkin and a salad, and you're just like, how is this even possible?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm not with that. I'm gonna tell you the story that I was gonna tell you before we started about my first spin class today. I was hating. All the girlies been telling me spin class is it, and we hoop. So I'm looking at it like, who's doing the spin class?
Yeah, my cardio's up.
Y'all aren't real athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought of the pod today because the music they were playing in the spin class was, of course, soca.
Oh, so you went to like a soca size?
I don't know. It was called RPM. And I guess it was a special soca day.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I was like, the one day I do spin class is gonna be soca.
Doesn't RPM stand for rotations per minute? We're giving it cycling.
That's what I thought it stood for, but I had to sign up for the class, show up dressed.
Yeah.
But it was actually harder than I thought. I want to give an apology to all the girlies because I was hating on spin class. I was saying it's not a real workout. This ain't it.
I've seen people exhausted from spin classes.
Nah, my shirt was so sweaty, it was hard to take off. Like, it was one of those.
Did you cramp?
Nah. I didn't cramp up, but she was gassing me, though. So I'm like, I'm certified. She was like, oh, my God, I can't believe you finished.
Oh, the instructor?
Yeah. And I think she was Jamaican.
Oh, boy.
But she was doing the whole on the bike and everything.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go back, but I wanted to give a proper apology to the girlies who love spin class because I've been shitting on it for years.
Man, I'll be going to like LA Fitness and they'll have like sometimes they'll do their like classes and shit. I'll be seeing that like nah, that's not me.
You gotta give it a try, man. It's good cardio, honestly.
Yeah, I believe that.
And that's why it's not you.
Yeah, it's just a little too much cardio. Like I'm a bike person over the treadmill. I just feel like it's easier like on your knees and shit.
Yeah.
There's less impact, but nah, they
Not a class.
Yeah, they be going crazy, bro.
Listen, this is a year of trying new things, man.
Chris said he's trying to pop in the gym a little more. Maybe we'll do a spin class together.
Let's
Extra
go,
content.
Yeah, actually, I got a bike. I've been ripping my bike for the last like 2 months. Like a stationary.
Like a stationary at the crib?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
that's what's
brother's
up.
like, my brother got rid of it, so he hooked me up. So I'll take my iPad. You can put like one
Peloton style.
Yeah. Try to do that, but it's cool.
Gee,
Do you ever see
D's
someone
Chris.
watching something on the bike or a treadmill and you're like, this is really what you're doing right now? Does it ever happen to you? You never seen that?
Nah,
Just like the news. If I see somebody watching the news, like that's not getting me into the workout.
no.
Sometimes you just like, how is this, different strokes, different folks, but
You got recognized at the gym from the podcast.
yeah,
You
you're
never
making me
told the
famous.
people. Yeah.
So I was at the
We're
gym.
making each other famous. Don't-
Ralph is helping me become famous.
Continue story 3 cars, man.
But yeah, I was at the gym and I was what do you call that studio room with the mirror?
Yoga?
Yoga, I guess I would
like
do
a
I
yoga
think
in
there's
there.
another room, another name for it.
But it's like they had the mirrors and it's like hardwood floors.
People can
it's
stretch
where
or
you
do
stretch or
calisthenics.
you
I was
do,
stretching and jumping rope, and this dude's looking at me. He worked at the gym and he's just looking at me up and down, and I'm like,
Hey, yo.
I like, and he goes, "You do the part with Ralph, right? You do the part with Ralph? Oh yeah. I know you from there." So that was my my big break. Big thank you to Ralph, for making that happen.
And on top of that, this guy wasn't black.
No, he was white.
Look at the demographic push we got going on
Yeah,
here.
You guys
yeah.
got to get used to this, though.
This is
This is just
crazy.
going to keep happening more and more as this thing keeps growing.
I love that energy.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. See, I'm not used to that kind of attention. Some people are getting DMs all the time, not me. So that was just kind of like, a shock. I was like, oh my goodness.
Who the fuck are you talking about, man?
I'm not gonna say, but the viewers, the listeners can do the
Bro,
mathematics.
I seen Adriel introduce himself to a woman, and he said, "Hi, my name's Adriel of the Mayor's Office podcast."
And she just said, "Oh,
She's
I know."
like, "Oh,
I know.
I don't know who you are." And then he said, "Hi, I'm Adriel of the Cool Table," and she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember you.
I'm
Yeah.
screaming. That's nice. That was nice.
I try, man.
Oh, this is something because I think am I the youngest person in this room? I think I might be.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah. That doesn't happen often, but when you guys think of 10 years ago, what do you guys actually think of? Because now 10 years ago is 2013. How wild is that?
Crazy.
I know everyone had like a mind blown moment, like
God.
because someone said 10 years ago to me the other day, and I literally thought of 2003. Like that made any sense.
I still think of the 90s when
Well,
someone
that's
says 10 years ago.
exactly. That's what I think of. Like,
Yeah.
I'm older than both of you, but I think of every time I think of 10 years ago, I think of the 90s, even though that was 20 some odd years
30
ago
years
now,
ago.
30
Yeah,
years ago
30
Isn't
now.
that wild? 2013 is 10 years ago. That's
What
all,
was
that's all I
happening in
had. That's
2013?
it.
LeBron won. It was the Heat. shit?
Yeah, the Heat,
Did
12,
the
13.
had iPhones come out yet?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That was probably iPhone 4 times.
That was recent, more recent than you think, though.
iPhones came out after I finished high school.
I was going to
2007.
say, yeah.
2007.
2007, I think. 2007, 2008, the first iPhone
Yeah,
was
it should have been like
introduced.
4 or 5 by
Yeah,
then.
yeah, it was like,
yeah.
was it iPhone 4 was the first one that everybody had, at least at our age.
Yeah.
Because when we were in high school, it was BBM.
Yeah, exactly. There were iPhones when we were in high school, but they weren't popping like that.
No,
That's why I said
you
after
had
high
to be
school.
rich. Like, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, okay, That was where you flexed your bread.
Bro,
like.
I was so late on the trends. I was late on iPhones. I was late on BBM.
I had a pager.
You had a
That's
pager?
how old I am. I
Oh,
had a
man.
pager.
Bomba
I had a
clock.
pager when I was 16.
Oh, wow. At 16, you had a pager?
I did.
Who's paging you at 16?
So I actually had a guy in high school that liked me and bought me a pager as like that was my first communication device because I didn't want him calling my house. Because back in the day,
Back in the
day, you had to call people's houses to get in touch with people.
Yeah, I
and
was around them times.
Yeah,
I had like
yeah.
I got my parents to hook me up with like a special ring for my house phone so that I knew people were calling for me. So it did a special like ringtone when it was calling.
That's
for
pretty
me.
tough. I didn't have all that.
Where's the money thing for
Yeah.
her, bro?
That's not a money thing. I promise you.
It feels like it. It feels like it now because I was late. I was late. Like I had a Nokia when everyone had a BlackBerry. You know how bad it was? If I was out and like I had to get a girl's number or vice versa,
Gee.
my phone was staying in my pocket. It was like, yo, take my number down. Like I wasn't bringing. That might ruin it. It's like
What, the flip phone?
It was a slide.
Oh, the slide
And the
one.
crazy thing is, I saw my phone for sale in a 7-Eleven. I said, this is how dumb bad I am. My phone's in a 7-Eleven. So yeah, I had the iPhone late. I probably had a BBM for not even a year before everyone was over with. That's how late I was.
BBM was big.
I was
though.
on BBM like the end of high school.
Yeah.
People started getting off of it.
Isn't that wild? Like
But yeah,
BBM?
10 years ago, I'm thinking 90s for sure.
Yeah, it's like now 10 years ago is 2013.
And you couldn't imagine a phone without a keypad back then. Like you were like, how am I gonna type things
Yo.
easily?
And you felt crazy with the and the only thing people don't do now, because back in the day, some people used to turn the iPhone around and type like this, like sidekick style.
Yeah.
If someone did that now, you look at them crazy.
Be wild.
I don't even turn it sideways to watch videos.
Yeah, like look, what a time. What a time. Now, I don't really know Pam's music taste. So
I don't either, to be honest.
So we're gonna learn a lot with this. I'm
okay.
gonna just stereotype you from what you're wearing, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Me and Ralph both have, moods on our shirt. His says "Never grow up." I think.
And yours says
I think
check the
mine
vibe.
says "Check the vibes" and it says "Good vibes only" on the back. So
Great. Check the vibe is a great song, by the way. But clearly, the drip was with the two of y'all. But is there like an artist this year that surprised y'all that they popped off? Like either like new to y'all or for me, it's Sexy Red. Like Sexy Red, I like kind of knew of.
I can't believe
beforehand,
she made it.
But she been pregnant on a timeline for like however long a pregnancy lasts. And she be barefoot at every show. So Sexy Red to me is like, you would never think that Sexy Red would be popping in 2023. But here we are. She's on the Drake album. She cool with everybody.
But is that how she made it big? Because Drake spoke about her once and was like, "This is my baby mama" kind of thing. Made a joke of it,
She
and
was
then she
starting to
was
get
pregnant.
popping a
No, she
little
was popping before that
Oh, was
because
she?
she
But
had
I think that kind of
Helped.
she had Ski.
ski.
And what's
Yeah,
the
that was
song before
before
that?
Drake.
And she had a song before that,
Those
too.
2 tracks she had.
Let me look at her
It
whole
was like,
discography
I think it was,
right now.
You know what actually bust
Ski,
Sexy Red?
mhm.
Yeah, no facts. I guarantee it is. TikTok busts Sexy Red.
Pound
stuff.
Town.
Pound
Oh
Town. yeah.
yes,
Pound
that's the
Town,
song.
Yeah.
Booty Hole Brown. Yeah, that was.
The lyrics of all of her songs are awful.
Well, she has her market is cornered. Like again, the girl who goes to school in the pajama pants and the tank top.
Oh, for sure.
Wherever they're working now, that's a Sexy Red
Yeah,
fan.
if she came out when we were growing up, it would be like the girls are wearing like the fat farm.
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Girls would be fighting the Sexy Red.
Yeah.
Like, this would be fight music. 100%. Yeah.
Sexy Red's a good choice though.
Sexy Red's mine. What about y'all?
Surprised by?
Just surprised to you, like either someone you didn't know about before or like,
Or even someone new you found.
yeah, someone new.
Someone new, but I feel like I don't know how new she is, but she blew up. TikTok blows up everyone's music these days, but I feel like Afrobeats became a big thing, and all those artists came really big, and then like Tyla came out with that Water song.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
And
Tyler
there's-
came out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of South African artists. Like I think there's one other artist that's South African that has music whose name is escaping me right now, but she didn't really blow up like Tyla did. And I mean, Tyla's an attractive girl, also has a very sweet personality, but that Water song popped off on TikTok and she's blown up. I saw her on Jimmy Fallon the
And
other
the
day.
accent.
Yeah.
That was actually, you know how I've consistently had a trend of like my crushes. Yeah, that's the next one right there.
Tyler?
Tyler's your new crush?
Yeah.
She's very pretty.
Tyler is up there. Like I already have a new crush this year, so I want to show respect to my new crush and
Can't
not put
replace
Tyler in that
You have
spot.
a new crush this year or for next year?
This year, going into next year. Like they
So it's not Ari?
Ari is still Ari. Don't get it twisted, but Victoria Monet.
Oh
My
yeah,
Mama.
you did say
I
that.
love that
You did
song.
say
Yeah.
that.
So I got to see the
yeah.
abs up close. So after that, I was like, okay, let's.
I love her. She's great.
Yeah. Tyler's a good one. I only knew one song from her, "Girl Next Door," and so when Water came out, I was like, it's the same girl, but you're right. She kind of came out of nowhere, and then with
and
Travis
her
Scott,
like dance
everything.
thing on TikTok went with the pouring the water on the back and everyone trying to make their ass pop. It was
That's
blew up.
like TikTok is a crazy place.
well, and
like,
Tyler was commenting on all the videos, so she was making it like very interactive. It's a very good marketing strategy, if you ask me.
she did it right because a lot of people get viral on TikTok and their song doesn't blow. You heard that song out. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't only on TikTok. Like you heard that
Oh
song
yeah, I'm
outside.
hearing that song regularly for sure.
Yeah, so that's a good one.
What about you, Chris?
Trying to think of, I guess like new to me. I can't think of anyone that I'm thinking of that I'm like surprised. I guess Sexy Red, but Two to Bands. He's a new guy I was listening to this year.
Oh yeah, I remember you brought him up.
Yeah, he's from LA, I think, somewhere.
Okay.
West side of the. I'm pretty sure it's LA. But yeah, Two to Bands. I like his music. Yeah, I guess Sexy Red's the biggest brand. Or that Anthony Alexander guy that he had that like country song that went kind of. He had the guitar. I can't even remember.
Anthony Alexander.
Is that the
Okay.
one?
I'm-
No.
Nah, I don't know.
looking it up.
Oliver.
I'm gonna pull him
Anthony
up.
Oliver.
Anthony Oliver.
Didn't you see he was like for like everyone was like like posting that video or it was all over TikTok.
He has a red beard.
Yeah,
Oliver
the red beard
Anthony,
guy.
yeah,
Oliver
yeah.
Anthony.
Anthony.
I just know there was
Okay.
like a month where he was like huge and then he ended up on like Joe Rogan.
I'm
And
gonna
I
put
was
this
like,
on my
what?
Spotify right now.
Yeah, Oliver Anthony.
Does he
Yeah.
sing country or he sings?
Yeah, he's a country singer. I think he just
Oh,
was,
okay.
he's like in his 30s and then he just was like working and then I guess made the one song and then like people went
Blew
crazy and like he had all this other music that he was like recording on his phone or something.
I'm
I, don't
a-
know, I learned it all from the one Joe Rogan episode.
He's not in my algorithm,
Wow.
so I'm unaware of this man.
That's
But
fair.
I wanted to give y'all some of the people also ask when you Google Oliver Anthony. First one is he married in real life? Okay, he got the shorties like Ralph, so he's buzzing. What did Oliver Anthony do before music? Dropped out of high school at 17. All right, that's crucial information. Did Oliver Anthony have a baby?
See, these are interesting questions that people put in Google.
I can't wait to see what it is for us. Like once we get to that next level and you type in Ralph the Mayor, what's gonna be the next like question everyone's gonna be asking?
What town was Ralph the mayor of? That'll
Yeah.
be it.
How many
Thanks.
girls has Ralph dated? That's gonna be one of the questions.
Yeah, is Ralph single? That's gonna be number one, I think. Is Ralph the Mayor single?
Yeah, so the artist that's surprising me,
You look so pleased by these questions.
the artist that's surprising me right now, I would say, actually, I don't have one that surprised me. I like the Sexy Red one. That was a great one. Tizo Touchdown. He's up there for surprising me.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
The artist that just generally surprised me was the one I brought up the last episode, M.O.P.
Yeah.
Yeah, so shout outs to him. But the artist that I have in my rotation consistently that I didn't think I would ever have in my rotation, Big X the Plug. Yeah,
Wow.
fucking with Big X the Plug.
That's what you're on, eh?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like we went a bunch of different directions with this.
Yeah, we'll see.
But the music industry is in a crazy place. Like,
Yeah.
it feels like anyone can get popping. Like, you look at Sexy Red and Tizo Touchdown, two very different, like,
Yeah.
very different worlds. And it's like, if you think about how women in hip hop have to be so polished, you know, have the whole ass, everything, and you see Sexy Red blowing up, you're like, that's over with, you know? Then Tizo Touchdown.
Yeah, those are both two very like authentically themselves people. You know, like there's none. I can't really think of another. I mean, other than the type that the Sexy Red with the pants. Yeah, I get that the type, but like you know what I mean. As an artist, like no one's really doing that. No one's definitely doing what Tizo Touchdown's doing.
No.
You know.
Yeah, he's just a one of one.
Oh, shout outs to Yachty had a great year this year. Nobody talks about that. And then I got a chance to listen to like some of his artists under his Concrete Boys label. So yeah. I have a new crush for next year. one of the members of his label. But I've been listening to her a lot. So
You guys schedule crushes?
I have a crush every episode.
Oh.
Yeah. I just
It's
want
a completely platonic thing. Like I'm not like DMing or asking about them or anything,
okay.
but
They're gonna
just
DM
someone
you?
that maybe one day. But yeah, it's just someone that catches
enough.
my eye every 2 weeks.
We gotta do like a collage of all Ralph's crushes
2 weeks.
and see if there's a theme.
Yeah, you're gonna see a type for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, the only one that's gonna throw it off is the girl from Mean Girls that we brought up. Yeah, that one's gonna
Gretchen
throw.
Wiener?
Yeah, that one's gonna throw off everything.
You can based on what I heard from the last podcast, maybe you can send that list to Ralph's mom and he can use that as a comparison purposes for
reference.
future
I
reference.
don't think she needs all that.
Good
She's been
callback.
doing pretty good so far.
Facts. I was impressed with what your mom did. I was worried.
Yeah, she's been doing pretty good
It could
so
have been
far.
a booger wolf. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that it was not a booger wolf.
Definitely gonna go to church a little more often.
I'm screaming.
See
So I
what
get
to
by
do.
church out of nowhere to holler at things.
It's
It's
Christmas
That's
though.
sick.
That's a good reason to go.
Yeah.
Midnight mass,
Christmas?
baby.
Yeah.
Nah, that's real though. Like when I used to go to church and a new person showed up, like you saw everyone kind of like,
And when I go in there, I'm gonna be extra too. Like my mom is able-bodied; she can do whatever. But I'm gonna help her into the
I'm
pew.
screaming, mom, get off of me.
He's like bringing up a wheelchair. It's like,
When,
bro,
when they
what are you
bring the
doing?
collection, I'm gonna go in my wallet and get. Yo, mom, here's 20. Like put that in there.
I'm screaming. This happened to fall. Like, oh my God, dropped my 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know women love a man that gives to God.
Crazy.
This one is impromptu because someone actually asked me this.
Mm-mm,
Oh, my bad. My bad. Money calling.
chill,
Money
chill.
calling. Someone actually asked me to ask this, and we have a woman actually here. So I was like, let's bring this to the pod. They said, Age will use her platform for good. Now the question is, do men like to be asked out on dates? Let's start with the men first, and then let's see what the woman has to say. But true or false, do men like to be asked out on dates?
Do you want me to go first?
Please.
I don't like to be asked to go on dates. No. I'm okay with it if it's someone that I've been dating consistently and she's like, yo, found a spot, I'm going to set it up. That's cool, whatever. But if it's someone fresh that I'm talking to, then nah. I'd rather just put my best foot forward, at least for the first 2-3 dates.
So why is that? Why don't you want them to ask you out on a date?
I feel more comfortable of me initiating all of these things. It's a level of me being comfortable in my mind and me feeling safe in my mind to know that I set everything up. You know what I mean? As opposed to she could set up something and then
It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's just not the vibe that I'm looking for because she doesn't get the type of person I am. I feel like it's much safer if I pick the dates because
You'll actually have fun.
no, not even actually have fun.
Sound-
I'll just know that it's a vibe that we both can enjoy. Cause bro,
she
the
might
first
something for her.
the first, second, third date, bro, activity.
Yeah.
That one, you got to just be a little smart with that, but it's not too difficult to pick a decent
Pretty
activity
easy,
for
yeah.
you guys to get to know each other. A dinner, you can't go wrong with dinner.
Yeah.
Most women I dated,
Women
they
love
want,
being fed.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They love
Yeah.
dinner. But yeah, once it starts getting deeper in, you can pick whatever you want to do.
Okay.
I don't care.
Yeah, I
But
know.
I'll at least say for first dates.
That's
I'd
a
rather
good point. I
pick
didn't
it.
think about that of pick something crazy because you don't want your first date to be like you're going to an Aritzia warehouse sale. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of
Who's
like
gonna pick
who
a
are-
date
yeah, who-
of that? That's
Somebody
not
might
a-
say thrifting or something like that.
Who are you dating with?
Thrifting is different, I guess, but that's not really like a date.
Did you guys
activity.
not see that video of all of the girls at the Aritzia warehouse sale and there's 40 dudes just holding clothes?
But those
Yeah.
are like boyfriends.
Yeah, that's like the
You're
law.
not bringing someone you're dating to that warehouse
I
sale.
guess that's true. If you're early, y'all just talking, y'all ain't
Yeah.
really sucking and fucking yet. So that makes a lot of sense.
Sucking
Yeah.
and fucking.
What about you? Sorry, let's go to Chris first. Chris, how do you feel? It's been a while for you, but how do you feel about being asked out on a date?
Man, I mean, as someone who's been in a long-term relationship, I like it. You know, I like once in a while. Maybe you plan. You know, maybe you take me out to a space that I want to go for dinner. You know, maybe we're gonna. Oh, maybe it's a Sunday when the Cowboys are playing because you're thinking of me. That'd be cool.
Oh.
You know, not like
I like that, but she
You know?
knows that that's something you'd want to do.
yeah.
Think of it as someone, I know you love your wife, but
We all got thoughts, Ralph.
you met
And that is why she does not listen to this
Okay.
podcast.
you just met your wife before everything,
Yeah.
and she wanted to set up a date. She doesn't know you or anything like that. Know the things you're into.
Yeah.
Would you feel comfortable with her setting up the date?
Yo, it kind of depends on the girl. Like if it's actually my wife,
I'm
then
saying your wife.
specifically when I met her, I knew her.
Because we can't talk about any other woman.
All right, well, because I'm with you. I wouldn't want to go somewhere where I don't know where I'm going and someone else set it up because I'd just be nervous about what I'm getting into. But because when I did start dating her at the beginning, I already knew her well enough where if she did pick something, I'd be fine. She's not setting me up for anything. I'm not worried about anything. It's all good.
Yeah.
But if I didn't know her, yeah, I'm a little bit of a control freak. I probably would want to know, but that's a personal problem for me.
That's fair. And what I would say to that, and another reason why I would not let her pick the first date more times, is because I want to control like how much resources I'm putting into this date.
You're reading my mind. That's where I'm about to go to.
Yeah, I want to know like, okay, I'm gonna set this spot up. It could be a nice spot. It could be a great spot, whatever. But I know in my head how many resources I'm gonna put up. I know that I want to pay for the first date, no matter what. I don't care if you set it up, whatever. First, second, third, I'm paying for that. Chill out. I'm paying for that. Like that's not even a thought in my head. You know what I mean? Like don't bring out your debit card, credit card. But if they set it up, then I don't have that thing in my head.
You don't know what's gonna be like.
Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be like.
And two, it's like it's kind of an odd thing for them to set it up and for you to pay still.
That's what I was.
That's very weird.
Yeah, I've been on first dates where like the girl will like reach in her wallet for her wallet or her purse or whatever, and almost like you assume that's cap. You're like, okay, you know, the best actress goes to. Yeah. But I've had some girls be like, no, like I will pay. Like you know, like I want you to know that I will pay.
I've had girls do the fake. Oh,
you know,
are you sure? Like no.
But like you said, it's like if the first date I want to pay, like I'm asking you out, whatever, and then we can figure it out from there. I'm actually cool with being asked out. I have no problem with that. But my thing is that I feel like it depends on the person because again, like if I barely know you and you're trying to ask me out, like I'm probably gonna tell you no. Like you know what I mean? Like if we're really cool and like you know what I like and you're like, yo, like let's go to the game or let's do this, then it's like, okay, I'm with it.
You brought up last episode like the frequency of like a woman like putting her best foot forward.
Yeah.
I think that would take me aback. And I'd be like, I don't know. Like
this is fishy.
Like, like why are you setting up this date?
Why
like,
do you
being
guys
so nice?
assume it's gonna be like such a bad experience? So like for me, for example, I ask people out on dates, people that I've been talking to. I don't necessarily ask on the first or second, but after a bit, I'm like, you know what? Let me propose something because I'm interested in the person, and I'm like,
you want to hang?
I want to hang. So I'm like, I'm not gonna wait for him.
Cool with that.
Because some people take their time trying to ask for the next date out because they're either playing the game of I gotta wait a certain amount of days, or because they're taking 5 other people out.
That
they're
I'm
trying
cool.
to schedule it.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
But the thing is, like, for women, sometimes, like, at least for me, I'm a big planner. So, like, I try to get to know a person as best I can and try to understand, like, what do they like doing. So you're never going to plan anything that's, like, an Aritzia warehouse sale or, like, going, I don't know, to some, like, weird show where you're not really sure how the person's going to react. You're going to plan something that's like maybe like, hey, why don't we go watch the game somewhere? Like if I'm big into basketball, a lot of the people that I meet, most men generally are into sports. So it's like, hey, what are you doing on Sunday? You want to go watch the game somewhere. And it's not necessarily like a surprise. And most of the time, and this is just how I operate, if I'm inviting someone else, I'm not expecting them to pay because independent woman, I pay for my own shit. Like I'm not trying to expect anyone else to pay for something that I'm proposing.
Yeah. See, that's what I was saying. I was like, all right, so if you ask the man onto a date or the guy, like he should expect like, oh, she's gonna pay, right? She's taking me, right?
But not everyone operates like that.
That's what you would expect, but in 2023,
buddy.
Not everyone operates.
I've had an
like
interesting year.
Wait, you're telling me you had the girl say, Ralph, let's plan a date. She picked everything and you just showed up and you were paying for everything?
Nah, don't say everything like I'm some simp ass nigga, bro.
No, I just mean like I just mean like
you
got
paid
it
for like
though,
the
know?
dinner and the activity.
Yeah. Like you're just like
Yeah, this happened.
I got a true story for y'all because I've actually been asked out on a date. I think like one of my exes actually, she asked me out on our first date and it was a picnic. She was like, oh, let's go on a picnic, whatever. I'm like, calm, you know? What are you gonna bring? What am I gonna bring? She didn't drive, so I picked her up. But I wasn't like, this is crazy. And we were talking for like a little while where it was kind of like, one of us should ask the other one, but it was just like, it was pandemic times. You
Yeah.
know, we were really getting to know each other. So that kind of made sense. But if she had asked me out like super early, I would have been like, I don't know. So I think because I knew her
why
better.
do you get that feeling? Why is it the feeling from when it's early? Like, why is that so like out of pocket? I always wonder this because you guys are not the first.
It's
to
because
say
of the
this.
infrequency of it. Like it's just not a cultural norm. So it's like it takes us a while to kind of adjust to it.
And I think too, like this specific girl also like messaged me first. Like we met on Instagram. Like she followed me, DM'd me. Like so she was making moves first. So like maybe it wouldn't have been as crazy because she already showed she was bold to DM me and all that. But I think for the first link, it's so like you don't see it that often that maybe it can match the rest of their personality.
Yeah.
But that's just not what usually is there.
I think as a guy, like our brain is wired to like chase. And it's not like a complete chase every time, but if there is a lack of a chase, it's kind of like, yo, why is this so easy?
Y'all need to work on that because it's not.
No, but I'm saying, like,
I'm
you
not
guys
with you
are
on that part.
wired
That
for
part you're on
that.
your own because I'm not a chase man. I'm saying I'm old. My knees is not what they used to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know where to
You
find
just
me.
got through
No
a
hose.
cycling class. Your knees can't be that bad.
Nah, I gotta save my knees for fitness and family. You know what I'm saying? I can't be chasing nobody with these knees. So I'm not a chase man for sure.
They come to you.
I'm not a chase man myself.
He doesn't
so
have
that's
to
not
chase.
because that's the thing. I feel like the too easy part is true, but it can be like not chasey, but also not too easy. I mean, any sense? Like we can just like each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't have to be
facts.
hounding you
Yeah,
and like
fair.
trying to get to you and whatever. Like
Not everything's a game.
it's like we can just like each other. And as well, I think part of it too of why I think the chase is like different from my own. I think is like I'm me. Like if you like me, that you have good taste. Like you like that makes sense. I'm not thinking it's crazy for you to like me.
Confidence.
I think a lot of dudes is kind of like they think they're reaching up. This girl's so fly. I'm reaching up to get to her. I'm not reaching up. Like we had the same. I'm looking everybody in the eyes. So it's not a matter of like you're so fly. Like everyone's fucking with you. I gotta chase you down. It's like nah. Like I'm fly. You're fly. You have eyes. I have eyes.
Yeah. I'm me.
Yes.
Damn,
Yes.
He's him.
Yes.
We need you. That's crazy.
Never need a bitch.
Jeez.
I'm what a bitch need.
Wow.
Whoa, are you guys hearing this?
Dropping bars.
This
Talk
is
to
how we
him.
blow up. Adriel never talks about himself. This is how we blow up, Chris.
This is it, man.
It's just the one time only. End of the year. Next year, end of 2024.
This guy's getting reserved back in his bubble.
Yeah, we'll come back to this. Nah,
And
because
my nigga said, I'm me.
I stay humble, but I say I'm not a chase man. Like I think that it's all about where you're viewing yourself from. You're putting someone on a pedestal like they're so hot, they're so whatever, and it's kind of like a lot of times like you're doing that to someone who's not even on a higher level than you. It's like but you're putting them there because.
But
that's
people
just
get
what-
put on the pedestal based on how they look. And then when you actually end up talking to half these people, there is literally nothing up here or they can't hold a conversation.
Not even that. It's like
And then it like immediately evens you out or puts you above because you're like,
Yeah.
well, I thought it was, I was so scared for months to approach this person. You
And
talk to
then
the person, you're like,
they can't even read out
wow.
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
zero conversation.
Like, I thought about what Ralph said. It's like Ralph could assume a girl is like so attractive, whatever. This girl might not be better looking than Ralph. But as a man, you're not even thinking about where you rank and you know what I'm saying? You're just moving, you're just a man. You're living, okay, I'm gonna try and dress fly, keep my teeth clean, like beard brush, that's it. You're not
Nah,
thinking,
we're too focused on aesthetic right now.
Yeah.
And then when you get to that deeper level of actually having a conversation, it's fuck. Like us as guys, like, yeah, we want a girl that looks attractive and ray.
Yeah.
A girl, ideally, she might have her type of like background that she likes.
Yeah.
But okay, I want this guy that's tall or he's big or he has this and he has that. You know what I'm saying? So once you get past that first level, that first layer, and you get into like the nitty gritty, it's like, is this
Ralph,
really what I want?
answer honestly, okay?
Go ahead.
How many women that you went on a date with this year do you feel like you were more intelligent than? How many? Percentage wise. Of all the women you went on dates with this year, how many do you feel like you're more
It's going to
intelligent
be
than?
high, Ralph. I know it.
I know it's
That
high.
I felt that I was smarter than.
Yeah.
Talk to him, bro.
This guy's gonna get me in trouble. Yo.
Talk to him.
You need,
Okay,
you need the Jeopardy music.
This guy's
No,
gonna
but
get me in trouble.
that's my point. Is like we put
I'll say like 85.
we put aesthetics so
85,
high. You know what I'm
90,
saying? It's
yeah.
like think about you putting someone who's dumber than you on a pedestal. That sounds crazy.
But what do you value?
But it's like, but like as men, it's almost like we're trained to do that. When it's
Yeah.
kind of like, I used to always say, it's like, yo, she's fly, but like, have you heard her speak? Like, you clearly have not. So,
Bro, one of the things that bothers me the most, especially when I was working in a restaurant, would be a very attractive girl. You could talk to them like they're gonna like come up to you, set up the table and everything.
yeah.
And then the guy is just kind of like out of it, like he's just
Yeah,
not,
he's in
and I'm
awe.
just like, yo, why are you like, you know what I mean? But yo, to each his own. Like, why are you with this guy? But yo, maybe there's like qualities that you appreciate.
Because some people value the things that people provide them with over what they can get out of it. You know what I mean? Like, if he's providing her, you can never judge a book by the cover. There's a lot of couples that I see out there, and I think the girl is way better looking than the guy, or the guy is way better looking than the girl, and I sit there thinking, how on earth did this happen? But then you think about it, and in your own relationships, you look back and you say, well, I was with this guy because he gave me this, this, and this. He gave me consistency. He was there for me when you were going through something emotionally, and he's a good person. Compared to, yeah, he looks like Michael B. Jordan. Great, fantastic. Does he have a brain? Can he hold a conversation? And are you proud to bring that person around your friends or around your family?
That's another one.
Because if you can't do that, what are you really doing? It's like embarrassing at that point.
What Ralph said also sticks is that like some people like the pedestal stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
it's like if you're putting this girl on a pedestal, what's she gonna do? Tell you not to? Like, you know what I'm saying? People aren't really like that.
They're not going to
you
say
know?
take me
Like,
down.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm bad. Go keep saying it. Like, I'm super bad, you know? So it's also like when you come with that energy to someone, they're gonna be like, for sure, I love that they think I'm amazing, you know? So that's a big part
Because
of it
even
too.
this year, I had a situation where I talked to somebody and I told you, and like, yo, this person's doing XYZ.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I feel like because this person is in this position,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, in media, I'm doing whatever.
That's
That
why.
I'm approaching it on like not how I'd approach like somebody else. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then you're like, yo, Ralph, man, fuck that. You're big time. And I went home and I'm like, I looked in the mirror. I'm like, yeah, I am big time.
Come on. Now, that's a huge part of it too. And it's like, that's just what world we're in with like how much followers someone has or what, like,
Facts.
I get some of that treatment too. And I'm kind of like, you're crazy for that. But you don't know me for me to convince you that I'm not who you think I am.
Well, let me ask you this. So you guys, obviously everyone in this room has Instagram and you have a bunch of followers and there's people you follow. Out of the people that you follow, there's probably, let's say, I'm not going to put the number too high. Let's say 75% of them are women that you follow. And they're
that's not the number too high. That's high.
That's a crazy
okay,
number.
but maybe not the total
a
stat,
higher
but
number of women that are following. them.
Okay. Following a lot of women.
right.
Okay.
So like, there's a lot of women that you follow, and a lot of the women that people follow on Instagram are the Instagram baddies, models, whatever. But out of those people, like if you were to see those people in real life and interact with them, they're probably not someone you would actually date, let's say, because of all of those things that we've spoken about. So I've seen a lot of conversations around like, why do you guys go about following all those things? And that's what it appears as though you're interested in with the BBLs, the filler, the whatever else, because they put out this aesthetic on the gram. And then in real life, that's not at all who you would date because you speak or talk
Let's
to
refer
them.
to the prior text. I didn't say this on the pod, but remember I said we could spin the block just to watch? Sometimes it's just to watch.
Sometimes you want just something nice to view when you're going up and down
Just
the
for
feed.
your viewing pleasure.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I've never been one to follow models because for me, it's like if I don't have any relatable aspect to you, like I have no way to ever see you in life, then I don't really follow. So I think the only person that I would say that I follow as a celebrity female is like Chloe Bailey. Outside of that, like everybody, outside of that, like everybody is like actual like people.
That's the
Yeah,
same
I
for
mean,
me. I follow
that's fair.
a couple people who are like Insta models, but it's like either I think they're funny or them and their husband have a look cool vibe, something like that. But just straight like you're bad is like
No, I can't do that.
I see someone I like, you know, I follow them, this, that. Maybe.
With the assumption that like a conversation will stem from it.
Well, I'm gonna talk to them. So if they talk back, it's a conversation. Yeah. Like, that type of, but it's like just on a like, I just want to view you. Like I'm not gonna, because respectfully, a lot of the women that I know already, like in real life, are beautiful women. So it's like I can just follow them and like
He's living his best life.
Yo, this guy.
Ralph pulled the
All right, we're
headphones
gonna
right
move on.
off.
We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
A lot of self-glazing going on, eh?
This guy's
Yo.
going crazy. He's going crazy
Yo.
today.
Can I tell you a real story?
I'm him. I follow beautiful
man.
women. I got 3
Adriel,
cars. in
life's
the
good,
garage.
eh?
Oh,
Both my
man.
parents are together. Holy. This
Yo.
guy's shitting on me today.
Oh my
Go,
God.
go.
Also, the last story before I get to the next topic, I actually got in like an argument in my past relationships about like liking girls' pictures. And one pictures was like this model who was like model singer, whatever. And truthfully, I didn't really listen to her music. So that was fair. And some other pictures were a girl that I actually knew. And I'm trying to tell my girl at the time, like, yo, I know her. Like, I'm supporting her. Like, it did not go down like that. And
Because they assume that, I'm in some agreement on this, that if you're in a relationship, but you're out here liking or commenting on other women's pictures, racy pictures, not regular with their kid
and
pictures.
this girl was racy, so you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like if you're liking and commenting on that, you're giving them some opening to be like, hey, I like you. Comment back to me. Send me a DM or send me a message because it
agree with
opens
that.
a channel of
I
communication.
actually agree with that
Yeah,
still.
I would agree on like the type of if you're commenting on some girl's thing, like that's weird. But yo,
Commenting is going too far.
I like sure, and if you're following them, like
The
whatever.
comments
'cause,
going
like,
too far for sure.
I could just if my wife came up to me and tried to argue with me because I like followed someone or liked something, I'd probably just turn around and just like. We'll have this conversation later. Because you're being silly. But like I'm also not gonna
Silly goose.
thirsty like
Silly
comment
goose.
on like girls
Tricks are
thing
for
and be like,
kids.
oh damn, like that's gross. Like to me that's gross. I'm like married, you know what I mean?
Well, like
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
remember
But, like-
when that page was out there on Instagram that showed all the things people were
That's the
liking,
activity slide.
exposing
Yo.
people. Man, be happy that's gone now.
Yeah, because I think, and I know Ralph, because Ralph is friends with so many women, knows so many women.
I'm friends with a lot of women, but you're friends with so many beautiful women.
Yeah, all my friends are beautiful. Yes, I'll say that. All my friends are beautiful.
Shout out to
Shout out to his
all
friends.
Adriel's friends.
But
He's him.
He's him.
But there are certain people who you follow who are your actual friends. At least for me,
Yeah.
who like, that's just their vibe. They just be posting like that, you know. And it's kind of like I can't just like stop being. I'm not gonna stop being friends with you. Like,
But
I'm,
are they gonna stop being friends with you if you don't like their picture?
no, for sure. But it's almost like I'm already like it's like a reflex. Like I'm not thinking of it in the way that she's thinking of it because
Yeah.
when she sees a girl, she's not seeing the friendship we have. She's seeing, oh, this girl has her titties out. This girl has this
Yeah.
out, and he's liking it. I'm just thinking this is shorty from I used to work with. You know what I'm saying? Or this is
Yeah.
so and so. So I'm not even sexualizing the picture that might be a sexual picture, but I'm just looking at it like, yo, this is so and so in red. You know, and maybe
Yeah,
that's
fair.
naive to think that way, but
Yeah.
that's how I'm thinking, liking these pictures. So I get what you're saying.
Because it's just weird. Like if you're scrolling and you're seeing like by Adriel, like by Adriel, like by Adriel, like by Adriel, you're like, damn, all right,
Yeah,
he's out here.
It's rough. It's rough. Yeah. So long story short, I lost that argument. I lost that battle. The screenshots stay undefeated.
Crazy.
But let's stick with music here. We got on a little
Yeah,
tangent.
that was wild.
Digress.
I want to know everyone's favorite albums of the year. Like, now that we're done talking about Instagram and hoes and BBLs, what's your favorite album of the year?
I'm gonna pass that over to Chris. I'm gonna look over my list.
No,
real
I
quick.
think Pam should go first. I feel like
Me.
I
you know,
agree.
ladies first. We got the guests in the
Wow.
building.
So
You don't got to choose one. You can give us a few.
I would say I'm a big Spotify playlist kind of girl, so I don't listen to full albums on the regular.
Okay.
There's very few that I listen to. I actually am a big fan of Coco Jones, so I actually listened to her whole album.
Yo, big
I
shout
saw
out
her in
Coco
concert
Jones.
this year. She's unbelievable. She deserves all the accolades.
She could be next year's crush.
She could be this year's crush. She's great. I love Coco Jones. I actually love Burna Boy too. I saw Burna Boy in concert. Unbelievable in concert also. Shout out to him because he's apparently coming to Toronto sometime soon for a concert.
February.
Yeah, I went to Afrofest in Detroit and saw him. That was excellent also. Other than that, I mostly listen to R&B playlists, so I wouldn't say there's like an album
Okay,
specifically.
those are two good ones. The
Yeah.
Burna Boy album, I don't know if that's my album of the year, but the album I listen to front to back the most is the Burna Boy album. Like there was a good 2 months. Like that was all.
That was all you were
Yeah,
listening to,
I went to the symphony. And I had Big Seven in my head. And every time they would stop playing, I just would yell, Big Seven. That's how like much I was listening to it. So I'm with you on the Burna Boy.
The other one is SZA. That's the other album I listened to from start to finish.
Super Toxic. All right, Chris?
I was just trying to think about what albums I liked. I mean, let's start here. Yachty is probably like the. That's probably the
Yes.
album. I mean, I was trying to think about that before the podcast. What my album of the year was. That one probably will be. I think that's also an album that's going to age well for like ever. Like I feel like that's
Yeah.
something that could always be in the rotation. You can throw it on, and I like because I don't listen to a lot of full albums anymore. But like that's one of the albums like you could I would probably prefer to listen to it just throwing it on and listen to the full album. I'm not really an album guy anymore. Like I'll throw on a full album, but that one I would for sure.
Yeah, that would have been in my surprise too. I should have mentioned Yachty in a surprise because I didn't see that coming.
Ah, true.
Yeah, I didn't.
True.
I like Yachty and I like his raps, but I had no idea he's about to go full Tame Impala on us.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
the biggest surprise could have been Andre 3000's album. Right?
Oh man,
That could
I
have been a
ended up
surprise.
listening to it.
Yeah?
Yo, did you guys see that TikTok where the girl used Andre playing the flute and mimicked it to someone sucking on toes?
No.
No.
That's
Anyways,
crazy.
I saw that, and that video was from
Your algorithm is algorithming.
That was
That is something.
Chad and
Algorithming.
Shannon Sharp. That's how I got there. Chad and Shannon Sharp. So blame Chad and Shannon Sharp for that.
That sounds about right.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
go ahead.
The Dave and Central C.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, that was
Split
good.
decision.
That was good.
Yeah,
No misses.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
misses on there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so easy to listen to too,
Yeah,
and
it's
catchy.
smooth. Yeah, for sure. Every track is good. If I'm gonna go full album, I'll probably go like Utopia. Utopia was up there for me.
Yeah,
personally.
Utopia's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one that could have been more songs. They could have doubled that.
Bro, they could have done the whole album. It would have been
Yeah, it would have been
perfect.
fire. Yeah, there's no misses on that. I'm in the R&B lane like you. Gold, Cleo Soul, you know that's my baby girl. Cleo Soul, everything, and then Brent Faiyaz, Larger Than Life.
Brent Faiyaz.
Yeah,
Always.
Yeah, those are the two. I think Larger Than Life probably is my album of the year. Like when we do our year end like list or whatever, that's gonna be either 2 or 1. Because that's like
What was your most played song on Spotify?
Summer Walker, J. Cole.
Like which one?
Audio Hug, yeah.
Audio Hug. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What was yours?
I had Dogtooth. Tyler, the
Oh
Creator.
yeah. You love that song.
I fucking love
You
that
love
song.
that song.
What'd you guys have?
I had You Alive by Two Bands. Checks out.
Do you remember what you had?
On My Mama, Victoria Monet.
Okay.
That just
okay.
keeps. I play that on repeat. I don't know why. It's very, very catchy.
Yeah.
A lot of Victoria Monet love on this
I
podcast.
got y'all, Victoria Monet. And then last but not least for the music is Song of the Summer. We talked about it, I felt like every other week on the podcast. Now that we're in the winter, what can you say is the Song of the Summer? Now for me, I think it's basically 2 songs battling out. It's Sexy Red Ski, because Ski just turned the place upside down when it came on, and then Taliban's. Taliban's was
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Okay, so we're all saying
I
Taliban.
think so.
Yeah. I had
That played
my
everywhere.
favorite. I had my favorite.
What's your favorite?
But those 2 are correct. I'm gonna stick with the Dave and Central C.
Oh, Sprinter.
Sprinter?
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
Sprinter is in that like top 5. Like it could
It
be.
is. It's at the bottom of the top 5, but it's up there.
Yeah.
You have me as a soca person,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not right. I've dated people that listen to soca. And
Assimilated.
I'll once in a while I'll go to like a soca or die, like a general fete, not like a
general fete.
It kind of is a general. Yeah, it's a mainstream fete.
Yeah.
Pam, my friend here, she played
but
bass.
I'm not a huge soca fan either. I can listen to it for max. Like when I go to soca or die, I'm maxed out for a while. I'm more in dance hall. Like dance hall is more my thing.
Okay.
But I'll listen to soca. I like the energy it brings. Obviously, I like playing mass as well. But they were mixing
this
it.
wasn't your first year playing bass?
This is my second year.
Second year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they actually played a mix at Bana this year. Like
Yeah,
there was
yeah,
a
even
truck
last
that
year
played
too.
dance hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
There was trucks that were playing Burna Boy and Thames
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
telling you,
This
Afrobeats
is probably the year
everywhere.
I listened to the most dance hall outside of like Caravana or like events, because I'm not a dance hall guy usually. So like when I go to a dance hall event, they're playing tracks I never heard of, and I'm here like,
Yeah.
this is probably the first year where I was like more tapped in, listen to dance hall on my own time.
Yep.
So I'm not ready to, go full blown and become a dance hall man, but
I'm gonna take you to
Progress.
Soul Paradise next summer for sure.
you don't have to do that.
Just go once.
Yeah, just go come to one,
It's
bro.
just more
Trust
so
me,
for, like,
it's
the
very
party.
mainstream shit, bro. Because I'm not the hardcore fat guy. I can't do it. I can't be dancing.
Yo, I've been to one fete and one was enough.
No, trust me. This is I'm gonna set it up. Don't worry. It's gonna be a nice little section.
Because
Yeah, you have to be in your own section at that party. Do
Yeah.
not be in the main
the
crowd.
one fete I
Yeah.
went to, I got baby powder in my hair.
No,
and
none of
in my
that.
shoes.
None of
There's
that.
none of
That's
that.
SOD.
It's
No,
not
no,
like
no.
the paint one.
SOD's like the bougie fete.
Okay.
It's the one that's at
I don't gotta
Cabana
actually
most
touch
of the
anybody.
time.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it to the Cabana one next year.
So I don't gotta actually touch anybody. I could be like,
I mean,
Yeah.
you can touch who you want to touch.
You can be in your own section, have your own drinks. Don't have to be in the mainstream crowd. Be an adult. Don't be in that.
Yeah,
I don't want to be with general population.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Do it
He's
big.
him.
He's him.
This is the one we all been waiting for to finally talk some basketball.
Oh, real quick, actually, before we jump to sports, my goal next year
Mhm.
is to compete with your overall Spotify listening numbers.
Okay.
My
feel
numbers
like-
were way past yours. Also,
Yeah,
I thought mine were crazy.
Not definitely not Pat.
what were your numbers?
Mine was very low.
130,000, something
Oh
like
wow,
that.
maybe
Yeah,
mine
we'll
wasn't
find that.
100.
Mine was low as hell,
What was yours at? Like,
like 47.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
I had a lot of podcast hours too. I think I was.
I
was
think
really
they
big on
jumped them all
podcasts.
together. Yeah. I wasn't really listening to podcasts.
Yeah, I was
this year.
122,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Oh.
goal is to get closer to you.
Yeah, my brother Daniel, the youngest one, this year was the closest I ever been to him in numbers. He was 146,000
Oh man.
this year, but last year he was 280,000.
I was at 149,517.
She's more than all of us.
Oh wow.
Okay,
There
yeah,
you
that's
go.
impressive.
There
And
you go.
I'm in the top 2% of Brent Fayez fans apparently.
Wow.
So
Well, Spotify pays you.
they should be paying me
Damn, Brent got to
Okay.
cut
a
you a
lot of
check.
minutes.
But yeah, that's one of my goals. I'm gonna get closer.
Yeah, okay, I like that. We're gonna start with Pam on this one for some basketball questions.
Okay.
I want to just go right to the main event, the championship.
Mm-hmm.
We had Denver over Miami. Now that the new season has started, does it make more sense that Denver won or less sense? How surprised were you? Because I didn't know you at that time. So what were your thoughts on Denver just, winning the championship?
That was an interesting one. Jimmy Butler is my favorite player, so
Ooh.
Miami making it to the finals made my life. I literally love him. He's shout out to Jimmy Butler. If you're listening and in the city, come find me because he's playing here on Wednesday. So,
Okay.
anyways,
Talking about shooting their shot.
Yeah.
Yo.
I will try. I love that man. But yeah, Denver, I mean, they were pretty consistent all year round. The West is an interesting division because there's a lot of people. Everyone always with Golden State and the Lakers. Doesn't matter how trash they're playing. Everyone loves LeBron, and it's always like the Lakers are going to do this, the Lakers are going to do that. LeBron's great. He'll always be great. I'm not going to sit here and hate on LeBron, but I wasn't surprised by Denver winning it all because of their consistency, because of Jokic and the way that him and Jamal Murray play.
Ralph, you same with you? Because I don't remember if you were on the Denver bandwagon
No,
right away.
but I wasn't surprised that they won because what I'm finding
Mm-hmm.
in the NBA recently is longevity equates to success. Like
Mm-hmm.
team chemistry and longevity equates to success. So I'm finding that a lot of the last few champions have been teams that, like, at least the core players have
Been
all
together.
been
Yeah,
together.
Warriors,
Golden State,
Bucks.
the Raptors chip, even
yeah.
the Bucks, it was like a core that stayed together. So once you start seeing like the stars just like glue in together and try to make it work, it doesn't usually work out.
That's a good point.
So I wasn't surprised that they won. But what surprised me was how dominant Jokic actually is. Like, I always knew he was a good player. Like, watching him,
yeah.
obviously we know he's good, but like we're in Toronto. Like, we're not getting as many Denver games unless we actually really reach out
Choose to
for it.
watch, yeah.
Yeah.
Jokic doesn't even look like he's trying half the time.
Yeah, his
Like,
game's
it's like
not
his
flashy.
side job.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I lie.
His
game's
horse
not
racing is
flashy.
number one, but
That's what I was happy about because I chose them to win. And I've been a big Jokic fan. I'm like, yo, he's getting underrated. Even though he's winning all these MVPs, I'm like, yo, like everyone talking about him like he's like a cool player, And I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, he's him. Like, I'm not him, he's him. And so to see how Jokic played in the playoffs and everyone kind of like realizing, oh my God, he's good. Like, even in the finals, the first broadcast, the sideline reporter was confused how good Jokic was. And I'm like, how are you a sideline reporter and you're just, but a lot of people like yourself is like, I know he's good, but I didn't know how good he was.
Yeah.
So to see everyone kind of hop on the bandwagon, because I think they're the next version of the Spurs. I've been saying this. I think the Nuggets are the new Spurs.
I actually like that comparison.
I think Jokic is that Tim Duncan player. This isn't like so consistently dominant. Tim Duncan was like that. Like even a bad game from him is like 15 and 12. He's always
not
gonna have
out there in the media doing outlandish things or any of that. Like just staying consistent. But I think with Denver, because it's, I don't know, the market that they're in, similar to the Spurs, like it's not one of those big market teams where there's a ton of fans. So no one's really rooting for them because why would they?
And people forget is like they have two other sports teams that are also successful. Like the Broncos and the Avalanche just won the championship the year before. So it's like Denver is almost third place in Denver. And then as well, Jokic's personality, I love Jimmy Butler as well. I think I'm seeing character be a big part of championship teams. Like the character of the team, the character of the best player. Like Denver is such an unselfish team, and that also comes from Jokic. He is such a hardworking team that comes from Jimmy. Same with the Bucks and Giannis. So it's like it's kind of the character of the lead player. The team feeds into. So, I was hyped to see it. I was hyped to see it. Now that we're a little bit in the season, what are we, 20 games in now? 25?
Yeah, something like that, depending on when you're listening to this episode.
Yeah, what's your biggest surprise so far
of this current season?
Of this current season,
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota's up there. I wouldn't say I see greatness in Ant, so I wouldn't say Minnesota per se, but their record is good. For me personally, it's Orlando.
Orlando is mine too. Yeah.
Orlando caught me off guard. I didn't think they'd be winning this many games.
Minnesota I actually chose to be better this year, and I got into like me and Omari had arguments about Minnesota. Me and my cousin arguing about Minnesota because I was kind of like, they're actually nice. Like I don't love any of their players, but it's like Mike Conley is still solid. Their bench is Cat stuff. I don't believe in Cat at all. So that's a whole different issue.
I think the key for Minnesota was allowing Edwards to be the guy. Like
exactly.
I think I think it's the first year Cat's like, fuck, I'm not the guy anymore.
Yeah.
They had to do that though because he just takes everything. And like they make jokes about the fact that he doesn't pass. He's like, why am I gonna pass if I can hit a shot?
Yeah,
because Cat's unreliable. So I feel the same way about him.
Cat's one of the biggest phonies in the NBA. So Orlando would be it for me, I guess. I guess other thing too is probably De'Aaron Fox. He's averaging 30 a game.
Man, I told y'all
he's
niggas.
undervalued.
Yeah, like
I told these niggas Fox over Morant. I've been saying that shit.
Yeah, you did say that.
And niggas were talking Bear Gaza, but it's okay. This was last season. It's a new season. 30 a game.
I think the jury is still out on that because Jaws has done it in the playoffs so many times. But I think Fox is right there, like right there. And he's getting a supermax this summer for sure. For sure. He's getting to that bread.
Sacramento's gonna do well this year.
Listen, we're all choosing Denver, so it seems like Denver is gonna be in the championship. This one we can go quickly before we go to TV and film. The Olympics next year. Everyone's been talking about it. This whole dream team: LeBron, KD, Steph, all of that. Are you guys excited for the Olympics? You guys have the expectations? Do you plan to be there, Mrs. Traveler, Mrs. Worldwide?
I mean, I would love to, but I'm not about to pay Paris prices for seeing that. But I don't know. The Olympics is a weird thing for me. Like, even if you assembled a dream team, whatever that current version is, that doesn't automatically qualify you to beat one of these European teams that still plays together every day, all year round. Or maybe not every day, but they're playing together consistently.
They have years of experience.
Exactly. And like for me, like they're doing it now just to make a point because they're like, oh, we sucked. We sucked at the Worlds and we can't face that again. Kind of like when they put together that dream team with everyone and their mother years and years ago for the US team. They go from like one aspect of like, no, I don't want to play because I don't want to get injured before my NBA season. And then they all switch and they're like, well, because they jump on LeBron's dick and basically say, yeah, sure, I'll come play with you. Because now it's just like a friendship circle where we're all circle jerking on being on the team at this point. So like, I don't know.
This is why you watch the YouTube. You saw that little hand motion she just did? That's why you watch on YouTube.
But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I think it'll be interesting. I'm happy to see the Canadian team finally has something to work with. Do I think they're going to win? Absolutely not. Like, Shai can go off. Also, OKC is like
They're up there
you can't
too.
ignore them either. That was one team we
100%.
didn't really talk about. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch, I think. But
I think it'll be close. I think it's going to be close, and I feel like some players are going to actually like opt out. I think a lot of players are like hyped to do it now, but depending on how the playoffs go, a lot of these guys are in their 30s. LeBron, KD, Steph, Dame.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of them are not going to end up playing, and then I do think it will be close because we forget, like when they won the last Olympics, KD had to rescue them.
yeah.
You know, like they were down bad in the finals, and KD had to, you know, do his KD stuff like it was the real NBA finals. So I feel like the world has gotten better since then. So I think they could win, but it's going to be tough.
It's a different style of basketball. It's way faster now. You don't know how they're going to operate in that scenario. I don't know.
And Joel Embiid's soft, bro. Like,
You know what? For me,
for
I
real.
feel like the U.S. is gonna win just because it's a different style of ball, of course, and a lot of these European teams have been like playing together for years, et cetera, et cetera. But it's just an overwhelming amount of talent to like overcome those odds. If they came with like a B team or a C team, kind of like what they did for FIBA, then I would say, yeah.
oh,
it's just
I
tough.
see what you're saying.
The talent is just, if they do come with the roster, that's the caveat. If they do come with like Steph and KD, it's just the talent is just so overwhelming that it's gonna make up for the other things.
You may be right. Because
So-
then it's like playing against like fourth graders at that point. Because you're like, you can't pass between Steph, KD, LeBron, Jason Tatum,
It's
Joel
just too
Embiid.
stacked. You know what I mean? Now, if they came with half of those guys and filled out the roster with like, I don't know, just regular NBA starter level guys, I would say, yeah, it's a chance that US loses
you
for
have a
sure.
good point.
But it's just too overwhelming, bro.
I kind of don't think that it will go down like that because what you see is a lot of these players in FIBA or Olympics kind of play to a higher level, you know, than they do in the NBA. And so I think about games where Evan Fournier is averaging 20 points.
Or
You know,
like Dennis Schroeder, who went off all of a
you
sudden.
know, and it's kind of like Dennis Schroeder is the best point guard in the tournament, and it's like he's not even a top 15 point guard in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like on that stage somehow it's different, things don't align. And as well, I think a lot of these teams are big inside, and that's going to be huge. Like
Hey, you.
that's iffy. The game yesterday when it was Pelicans versus Kings, and it was Sabonis versus JV, those guys are on the same team
Yeah.
in World Cup, and it's like going against JV and Sabonis, like it's gonna be a tough night for you. So I think that it's gonna be close, and I'm excited to watch. Obviously, we'll be talking about it, but yeah, it feels as if the U.S. is gonna have like another dream team.
I just hate when the U.S. wins, personally. Like, I just don't need to
You're
see it
over it?
all the time.
I feel
I'm
that.
over it. Let someone else enjoy the glory.
Nah, you know what it is though. I think part of it is that not everyone's watching the games because the last time it was close. The U.S. ended up winning in the end, so maybe it didn't feel as whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like they had to try. Like I think when if you don't watch and you see that they win, everyone's just like,
I just wanted to be competitive.
you know. But if like a lot of the games is like down to the wire, or this 8-0 run in the third is the only reason they won the game. So it's still good basketball. This next one is a Ralph first. You kind of mentioned it earlier, but it was your first time at TIFF this year.
It was,
You got a short film dropping next year.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
How was your first time at TIFF for someone who's, you know, big into the film industry?
Yeah. First time at TIFF this year. Definitely a vibe. I definitely want to check out like more like the red carpet type stuff.
Yeah,
Be a
get you on
part
the
of
red
it.
carpet.
Yeah, definitely want to be a part of that and see that more. But yeah, it was a good experience for me because you don't really, if you have an idea, when you actually see it in front of you, like someone that's completed that idea or a version of that idea, then it becomes real to you.
Yeah.
Like if I were to, before we started this podcast, I didn't know what a podcast looked like behind the scenes. So we're kind of going from scratch. But if we went to like, I don't know, Rory or Mall before we started this,
Yeah.
it would have gave me a fully fleshed out idea. So that kind of helped me in everything that I'm planning to do like next year and shit. So yeah, definitely will go back to TIFF for sure.
I'm hoping that we can go back next year. Hopefully I'm in a different role. I got some things in the works, so doing something different at TIFF this year. But definitely we're gonna find a way to get you on the red carpet. I know some people will find a way to get you on the red carpet for sure. Okay, so let's hear your anime suggestion now.
Yeah, so we're just calling it animation now.
Okay.
But you know, It's all good.
Like any animated show?
Yeah, before it was
essentially.
anime, but I feel like
What's that about? You're turning back. You're the anime connoisseur.
I am the anime connoisseur.
You always give good
But
anime
I feel
suggestions.
I feel like there's a lot of good animation out there too. So I don't want to like close the door on like regular animation, like American
Fair.
animation. That's
Fair.
the only thing.
Fair.
But I am going with an anime suggestion
Inclusivity.
today. Exactly.
Claymation.
Yeah, yeah.
Wallace and Gromit.
That actually could be a consideration.
Ooh.
My animation suggestion of the week is gonna be anime that I've watched when I was a little bit younger. If you could believe that. But I made mention of an anime called Fire Force, like way back, maybe like episode 10 or something. The same creator of Fire Force, before he made Fire Force, he made an anime called Soul Eater. You guys go check that out. It is one long season. No, actually, it's 2 seasons, I think, 2 or 3 seasons. It's pretty good. The fights are good. The characters are good. The character designs are really good. So if you like Fire Force as one of the newer gen animes, go back, watch Soul Eater. There's some pretty cool characters. So yeah, Soul Eater.
Soul Eater is just such an interesting name.
Such an interesting name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I have someone in my phone saved as
Yeah.
That's disturbing.
Yo, God bless her.
Is it disturbing?
that, or are you doing this?
Yeah, I saw this TikTok talking about losing your best eater, and it was saying like
I saw that too.
when your best eater can cook, and it's like you're not gonna be okay. It's your best eater and your best chef. I saw that.
This
and
is all getting beeped out, by the way.
I saw that and I said, yeah, you got to hold your best chef tight. Your best chef ain't better than your best eater, if we're being honest. Best chef.
What do you value more? Last thing on the pod.
I'm definitely valuing the best chef. What?
Okay. Just
Yeah.
seeing where your head's at.
I'm definitely
'Cause
valuing
maybe
the best
you
chef.
5 years ago, you would have valued the other one.
Nah, we're not gonna even get to that. But I would have always valued the best chef. We're always valued the best chef.
Okay.
So we're at the special time of the podcast. Non-rap suggestion. We know who goes first in this time. Sax Edwards.
Talk to him.
Pam, you got to have one too. A non-rap song, and it can't be R&B either.
It can't be R&B.
It can't be, or if it's
Okay,
if
that's
it's
fine.
if it's R&B adjacent, it has to be like 30, 40 years old. You can't say Beyonce irreplaceable.
So are these non-rap songs can be current or older?
It could be from the beginning of time.
Okay.
It does not matter. Chris always sets it off with some good suggestions.
Yo, and I gotta say, I watched this funny TikTok the other day. Not funny, actually, just an interesting thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently Chino Pacas, who was the first guy on the first like kind of Corridos music that I shared with you guys that I'm into, apparently he signed to he got signed to a sub label of OVO.
What?
Yeah. I was listening to the Brown Bag podcast. Shout out to them. They're in LA, and they were saying that Chino Pacas is signed to a sub label. Oh, an OVO sub label, apparently. And they're part of the reason I guess they're saying is like, oh, like it's probably, I don't know if it's true or not, but I got to look into it. Maybe I shouldn't be sharing this on the podcast.
Okay. I can actually believe that.
Cause and then I also saw that Drake shared like, I guess he like shared a story with Chino Pacas.
Yeah, I know Drake is aware of Chino, so I know that much, but that doesn't always equal label, but there's something there. Okay.
But the girl, Letty from the Brown Bag podcast, she's on Power 105, whatever the big LA station is down there.
Yeah.
Where I think the same one that Big Boy's on. But yeah, she was talking about it because they're they're Hispanic kind of podcast, so they talk about a lot of like kind of music culture stuff. But anyway, not who I picked. Let's go with Copperhead Road by Steve Erie.
All right, we got to add that one.
Check that one out.
Copperhead
Road, yeah.
Road by Steve Erie.
Yeah, I think it was like playing in the background of some social media video I saw.
1988.
So it's an old one.
Okay, Pam, what you got?
Okay, so I'm gonna mix it up for you guys. Little known fact about me: I used to dance professionally in salsa and bachata, not the other kind of dance that is more well known in this world.
Bachata.
So I'm gonna give you guys a Latin song or a bachata song that you should add to your repertoire. May impress the ladies if you know this one. And I may have to spell it out for you later, Adriel, because it's in Spanish. So
I like that you
Love
shouted
it.
me out specifically.
the song is called Voy Pa' Allá and is by Anthony Santos.
I know Anthony Santos.
My boy Santos.
Okay.
And what's the name again?
Voy Pa' Allá.
Oh, I see it right here.
Mm.
Fun fact, I interviewed a Latin R&B singer on my show a few years
Okay.
back. And if you want to hear me mispronounce a bunch of Latin song names, Go find that on YouTube.
That's the cue
Ralph,
right there.
what you got for non-rap suggestion?
I'm taking it from Latin to I'm going straight to the U.S. of A. I'm not going to 1988. I'm probably gonna go early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
Good year.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Alicia Keys.
Okay.
You Don't Know My Name.
Okay. That's
That's
very
straight
R&B,
R&B.
but you know what? It's Alicia Keys. She's on
You
my
know what
first
it is?
crushes.
I get a pass because last episode I picked an instrumental. So,
There you
Oh,
go.
okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
it evens it out. Yeah, Alicia Keys is definitely can do no wrong in my book
No.
for sure. I would hate to have to cancel her. Like, let's hope it doesn't come to that. But
Please,
She'll never be
She
canceled.
was actually one of my first crushes.
No, same.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I would say that every light-skinned woman I've ever been attracted to has Alicia Keys to
You know the
thank.
video that caught me? I forget the song, but it was the one where Mos Def was eating like the fish and hot
Oh,
chocolate.
it might be You Don't Know My Name.
Yeah, was it?
It
You Don't Know
is.
My Name when she was the
Yeah.
server?
She says, "Oh, you over there with the hot chocolate in the
Yeah,
song."
yeah.
You know, I forgot what's his order? His order is crazy.
It
Whatever
was
his order
fish.
is.
It was fish with hot chocolate.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts.
That's an iron stomach right there,
No,
boy.
that should have been red flag. She just said, "You're ordering fish and hot chocolate. You're a murderer.
Yeah.
We're not going on a date." But I actually have the oldest song this time around, which is pretty rare because usually Chris takes that one. I'm just choosing the hits now. The past 2 weeks I've been just choosing the hits, and we're going through with it. And all the songs I've chosen in the last 3-4 weeks are in the exact same playlist. Prince, "I Want to Be Your Lover," from his first album.
Great song.
Everyone knows this song. Absolute heater. I'm trying to give you songs to play on the aux. If you're not trying to play Moneybag Yo, you're not trying to play Future, let's switch up the aux a little bit. If anyone, wants to put me on the aux, this is what you're gonna get. If you think you're gonna get some current music on the aux, no. You're gonna get the Gap Band and Prince
That's good.
coming from me. So that's mine. Prince, "I Want to Be Your Lover."
I
It's
like
a good
that.
combination of songs, I would say.
Facts.
Yeah, I like that.
Facts.
I like that.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, you gonna say something?
No, I was gonna say I appreciate you shouting me out for the song that you suggested and saying that we're gonna use that song to impress women. That was very noble of you. But if you think that we use songs to impress women, I think that's where you're a little bit
No,
wrong.
just charm, charisma, and
Just your natural self.
and
Yeah.
Adriel's net worth. Those are the
Yeah.
only three
I'm
things.
screaming.
Damn! Shout outs to you guys, the listeners.
Mm.
Banged out another episode of the Mayor's Office podcast, the last episode of 2024, right?
Mm-hmm.
2023.
2023, right?
Yeah.
So,
There you
yeah,
go.
that was well.
Just
Seeing if you
making
guys
sure
are
we're
paying
on
attention.
top of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
The last episode of 2023, also the last episode at 1990 Studios in this location.
Yep.
We're gonna get the new location. We might change the name to 1991 Studios. We don't know yet. Copyright's still up
Chris
for
is like,
grabs.
absolutely not.
Probably won't be doing that. But,
But we will be in a new space. Really appreciate everybody that's had a chance to listen to us throughout this year. If you guys had a chance to see our Spotify growth numbers, they look really good. That's all because of you guys. You guys have been tuning in. You guys have been checking us out. You guys have been listening, watching, reposting, following us on TikTok, following us on Instagram. By the way, we have a new Instagram page just for the podcast. You guys check that out as well. But big shout outs to not only the listeners, but the people that are here. Adriel, you've been in and out of the podcast, grinding, working, making sure that this podcast is as elite as can be. Truly appreciate that. Many more years to come. So shout outs to you, Pam. Shout outs to you pulling up.
Thanks for having
If you guys want Pam on more episodes, you guys let us know.
Please, in the comments.
Keep us posted. If you guys don't want Pam, let us know. Let's just see where we're
me. Shout
at.
out in the comments.
Yeah.
Let's just see where we're at.
If you guys think Pam is garbage, leave a yellow heart. If you guys want Pam to stay, leave a red heart. Okay.
There you go.
Simple as that.
I like that. I like
Hearts
that.
all over the comments.
Be nice, people. Don't bully
Yeah,
people
yeah.
online.
But big shout outs to
Bully
everybody.
in person.
well, in person, yeah.
Big shout outs to everybody. Omari will be back in the new year as well. That's something else to look forward to. We do have a holiday episode that'll be dropping a little bit after this one. So you guys check that out. We have a special guest. Shout outs to our special guest. I'm not going to name who it is. You guys will see very, very soon.
Big 7.
Outside of that, yeah, just look out for us in 2024. We got a lot of things planned. Live podcast, new studio, a lot more content outside of just the podcast between us. So you guys check out all of that stuff. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy to continue to be here, and I'll be here till I'm old and gray. So, Adriel.
leave us a rating and a review. 5 stars, not a single star less. Of course, follow the new page, Mayor's Office Pod, correct? Follow the new page, Mayor Office Pod. Subscribe to us on YouTube at Mayor Media or The Mayor Media.
The Mayor Media, yeah.
The Mayor Media, not just a mayor, The Mayor Media.
The only one that matters.
And of course, until next time, cancel canceling, bring back bullying, know yourself, know your worth.